Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Left Side View with me, Amitabh, and my partner in crime, Rahul. So, this will be the preview episode. We will discuss the Coppa Italia semifinals, but predominantly this will be the preview episode of the matches that are going to take place over the weekend. So, Rahul, we start with the Milan derby that happened on Tuesday. Uh, I think you predicted it to be a draw. So, well done to you. Your views?
Yeah, I think it was an even match in a way. I think the fact that it's a draw, the game is open for both the teams. So yeah, anybody could take it. I think. However, like I predicted, I still kind of feel like Inter do have the advantage, uh, in a way because now all these teams they're out of Europe. Like AC Milan were already out. Inter now already knocked out by Liverpool, and even Napoli knocked out by Barcelona. So in a way, I think Inter do have this thing, wherein they are not able to score goals all of a sudden. In hindsight, maybe now they might be thinking that signing a 35-year-old uh, as a replacement for a 28-year-old is not really the right decision. I mean, obviously, Edin Dzeko started great, was scoring bangers, but then all of a sudden, maybe because of his age, you can say he has dropped off, or maybe for some other reason. On top of that, obviously, even someone like Lautaro Martinez, it's like I think 6 or 7 games that he hasn't really scored. So yeah, that's a problem that they're struggling with. I mean, there's Sanchez, who is always, not just now, but has always been kind of hit and miss. Other than that, I think Correa as well has been injured for a lot of the games, and even the new signing Felipe Caicedo. I think so. There are so many strikers, but then still they're still struggling when it comes to scoring goals. That's again a problem. However, one highlight I think for Inter Milan was the return of Robin Gosens, who signed for them in January but was already injured. So yeah, he got fit and he came off the bench, played like 3 or 4 minutes. Other than that, I think the problem with AC Milan is that their captain Romagnoli got injured, had to be substituted, so he could actually be a doubt for the game against Napoli at the weekend. Zlatan is already injured, still not fit enough. Um, so KR again, Simon KR is already out for the season. These are issues that they're going to have to contend with. But other than that, I think it was a good match, an even match, and an okay result. Which again, no team would be like, oh, this is a bad result, because obviously, as long as it's 0-0, anything can happen in the second leg.
Yeah, so this is, I guess, the only match in which the home and away rule does not apply. So both the teams will be playing at home, both the legs. And I still think that Milan will be slightly happier with the results. Like as you said, Inter have so many strikers, but both these teams are just struggling in front of goal right now. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the second leg. Before that, Milan have a match against Napoli that we'll discuss later. In the second match, we had Fiorentina against Juventus. Now, Juventus won this match 1-0. We did discuss about what kind of reception will Vlahovic get, and the fans were jeering him, I mean, as loudly as they could. And I think that is par for course. That is pretty understandable. But yeah, Juventus having gained an upper hand now, winning the first leg, the second leg being at home. I think it's an easy bet on them to progress to the finals. Rahul?
I mean, yeah, we gotta say that even though in the end the result doesn't really reflect it, but Fiorentina just totally dominated this match. I mean, the number of shots on target that Fiorentina had, I think it was 6. That's actually the number of shots in general that Juventus had. So yeah, on top of that, I think Mattia Perin made like 6 saves, the goalkeeper, the backup goalkeeper, which was the highest, his most in a single game for Juventus across all competitions. And again, like we talked about shots on target and Juventus not taking their chances, Juventus actually did not even attempt their first shot until the 43rd minute. So that's how dominant Juventus were. Oh, sorry, Fiorentina were. I think again the fact that it made sense as well. They actually have a pretty decent home record, and again the layer of uh, Vlahovic gave this match an extra spice. So I mean, they did everything except put the ball in the back of the net, and almost with the last kick of the game, they scored an own goal, and yeah, lo and behold, it's Juventus who actually got a 1-0 lead take to Turin.
Yeah, so with that out of the way, let's start with the previewing the matches over the weekend. We start off with the Premier League as always. So we have Leicester against Leeds tomorrow, the lunchtime kickoff. Now Leeds have caught Jesse March. I don't know how much difference they'll make in a couple of days. But and Leicester, they won their last match. A first win for 2022 for them. So again, both the teams not really in the best of form, but I think Leeds would be happy with 1 point here. And the most important thing to look out for here is how do Leeds, turn up and what improvements, if any, there are in their defensive side of things, because we all know with players like Rafinha and Rodrigo, and majorly all of them. Attack is like the favorite form of defense, but now when they are in serious trouble, I think defense has to play a key role. Let's see what has to happen. I predict this match to be. I think this will be a draw, 1-1. Rahul.
Okay, I think Leeds are going to win this 1-1 then. For some reason, I've got a feeling that the whole new manager bounce thing will come into play. You got to say that obviously Leicester, a great result for them, especially away from home. But then you got to say that all of a sudden Jamie Vardy was back and they got a win. So yeah, maybe there was some correlation with that. I think again the problem is that Leeds are not a bad side. I think, and even Jesse Marsh, I think he's got a similar style as that of Marcelo Bielsa. The only difference is that he knows like when to stop and when to not get carried away. So as long as they uh, continue with their attacking philosophy, they're gonna be okay. As long as they also focus on their defense, which was not the case under, at least that's what I felt under Marcelo Bielsa. So if they can actually get a balance as well in terms of the defense, then they should be okay. For some reason, I think it could be a 1-0 victory for Leeds.
Yeah, the next match is Aston Villa against Southampton. So this is one of those matches which we have discussed with both the teams not having a lot to play for. Both the teams are in good form, Southampton especially. I think this will be a good game. I think Southampton wins this 3-2 away from home. Rahul?
Okay. Well, yeah, Southampton already, I think, beat 3-1 someone in midweek. I'm not sure who. But then at the same time, I think Aston Villa do need a victory. I think Gerrard does need a victory right now. I kind of feel like that will play a part. I predict a 2-1 Aston Villa victory.
The next match, very important for us, Burnley against Chelsea. Now, with all the noise around our club, with Roman's statement that he is looking at potential suitors and he will walk away after 19 years, almost 2 decades at the club. Again, all this has to weigh on the psyche of the players. And Burnley have their own, issues. They are fighting a relegation battle. They have shown some fight of late. So, and the match is at Turf Moor. So, again, from a footballing side of things, again, even our match against in the FA Cup, whom did we play?
Luton.
Luton Town. Yeah. So, we did not clear ourselves in glory there also. Considered twice, gave them the lead. So I foresee a very, very difficult match for us. I Again, this is not a objective prediction. I hope that we win 2-1. I really don't know what else to say.
I kind of agree. I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory because obviously, I mean, going by the Burnley's match against Tottenham, they managed to beat them 1-0, but then they also lost 2-0 at home to Leicester. So Burnley, again, they are either hit and miss. So if it's their turn to be hit, then it could be very difficult. I mean, obviously, I'm not ruling out a 1-0 victory for Leeds, for Burnley, but at the same time, I do kind of feel that, I mean, yes, we managed to, like, just about managed to beat Luton, but then at the same time, we were missing 8 players. All of us A lot of the defenders were not there. Of Chief playing a center back. Howard was not there. I think TF was not there. So, yes, a lot of the players were missing. Uh, this is Premier League. This is so I don't really expect Tuchel to rest any players. I think we're going to play full strength side. Reece James is back again. Has now played some part at least in the Carabao Cup final as well as the match against Leeds. I predict a 2-1 victory for Chelsea.
Okay, the next match is a Newcastle versus Brighton match. Again, I think both the teams are sort of safe. Definitely Brighton, not so much in the case of Newcastle, but at St. James's Park. Now Brighton have actually dipped of late. So I see Newcastle winning this one. 2-1. 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rahul?
I kind of predict that as well. I think all of a sudden, like, there's this thing between these two clubs. I think Newcastle have already signed someone like Dan Burn from Brighton. I think on top of that, I think either they've already signed or they're looking to sign Brighton's director of football as well. So even that's something that will come into consideration. I think maybe a mini kind of a rivalry that no one's talking about. But yes, again, it's like you can't have these results now all of a sudden for Brighton, because if they continue to lose, then even then they might just get dragged down to the relegation battle. So in terms of who needs the victory more, you've got to say Newcastle, but at the same time, um, I think it's gonna be a draw.
Okay, talking of the relegation battle, we have Norwich against Brentford. Norwich are almost doomed, and Brentford are, fast being sucked into the relegation battle now. So this match holds a lot of importance. Again, a potential 6-pointer at home. I think this will be a draw. It will not serve any purpose to both the teams. Maybe a 1-1. Rahul?
I think Norwich will win this one. I think Brighton. It's a great time to play Brentford. So yeah, I think it's Norwich will win this one 2-1.
Okay. Next, we have Wolves against Palace. Wolves had slim chances of qualifying, in the top 4, but now they have fallen a little behind with, losing their previous 2 matches. Palace again, nothing much particularly to play for. So I think Wolves should win this one at home, 2-0. Rahul?
Yeah, I predict a 1-0 victory for Wolves.
And finally, we have Liverpool against West Ham. Now, one team is chasing the ultimate glory, the championship, and the other one is trying to be in the theatre of things as far as top 4 is concerned. At home, Liverpool, it's difficult to pick anybody who's playing in Liverpool right now because they just have so much firepower. But West Ham, okay, so yeah, Liverpool should win. The next possible, the best possible result is a draw, and then I see West Ham winning. So 2-0 win for Liverpool. Rahul?
Yeah, I think so too. I think yeah, so the team that Southampton played in midweek was actually West Ham. So yeah, they beat West Ham in the FA Cup in midweek. Again, I think Liverpool, I think rested almost everyone that played against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final. So yeah, they probably gonna have a fully fit, a fresh squad to choose from. And like you said, it's really difficult to look at a team that is playing against Liverpool. To give that team a chance. I think yes, the corresponding fixture actually ended in a victory for West Ham. I remember, I think it was a 3-1 or a 3-2 victory for West Ham. I don't really see them doing a double or anything like that. So yeah, a Liverpool victory. But I hope that they lose. Yeah, obviously. But then I think they're gonna win.
Yeah. On Sunday, we have Watford against Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have been, flying under the radar of late, it seems. There has been something or the other about the other teams. And Arsenal has slowly and silently crept up. They are like in the prime position to be number 4 right now. Now they're chasing a team, Watford, who are, still blowing hot and cold. Yes, they are fighting for their survival. So away from home, I think this will be a draw. I think Watford won the reverse fixture. I don't remember. So I think this will be a draw. Yeah, Rahul.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Obviously, like I want to say that Watford will win. Um, but I'm a little confused here. I think Arsenal are showing some great form at the moment, and yeah, when we talk about the head-to-head matches, it's actually Arsenal who won the reverse fixture 1-0. So yeah. Um, but again, Watford they just have such a different style. Under they've already had three different managers this season. I think first was the manager who guided them, got the promotion with them. Then it was Ranieri, and now it's all of a sudden uh, Hodgson again. All similar to all these other teams that are in the relegation battle, finding it hard to be consistent, hit and miss at times. So I'm just thinking, is it their time to be hit, or is it time to be there? Is it time for them to be miss? I hope it's time for them to be a hit. So yeah, let's go with a victory for Watford.
Okay, and finally we have the small matter of the Manchester derby. After the performance against Everton last week, I think the performance was still okay. It's just that from time to time, their lack of a number nine, it just shows in some of the matches. And I mean, we cannot forget that this is the same team that has been blowing teams away. So maybe it was a one-off, and of course they got really, really lucky. I don't know what help the apology did, but um, but the thing is, even if they are under some stress, some trouble, the fact is Manchester United have a whole host of issues themselves. And this match being at Etihad, again, just like Liverpool, it is difficult to predict anybody else winning the match against City. So a comfortable 3-1 win for City. Proud?
Um, Actually, last season United beat City at the Etihad 2-0. I remember under Solskjaer. Um, and obviously, this season they lost the corresponding 62-0 at Old Trafford. Um, I think United. I'm not saying that they've been so good under Ragnick, but at the same time, they haven't really lost a lot of games. If I'm not wrong, they've only lost one match under Ragnick in the Premier League, which was the game against Wolves at Old Trafford. They haven't really lost any other game. Obviously, they lost or drew against Middlesbrough and then lost on penalties. But other than that, I think they haven't really lost under Ragnick. So I obviously expect City to win this game, but at the same time, I don't really expect City to just blow United apart. Maybe a 1-0 victory, a narrow 1-0 victory, because I expect United to be up for this game. So yeah, a 1-0 victory for City.
Okay, okay. So with that, we move on to the Bundesliga. We have Bayern Munich against Leverkusen, first against third on Saturday. Around your views?
Yeah, I think a good game, but at the same time, do I really have any hopes from Leverkusen? To be honest, I don't. Like anything other than a Bayern victory would be, a surprise to me, a shock to me. I still remember the corresponding fixture. I think Bayern scored 3 or 4 goals within the space of 10 minutes. I still remember that game. Yeah, it was like such a capitulation on Leverkusen's part. So to give them any sort of a chance of doing anything against Bayern would be nothing short of a miracle. So yeah, I predict a 2-0 victory for Bayern Munich. Yeah.
Just to play devil's advocate, I think I do remember that match, but I think this is the best time to play Bayern if there were any. So if Leverkusen has to pull off an upset, they have to do it now. But the fact is, again, do I foresee an upset? Unfortunately, I don't. So yeah, Bayern victory 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 is okay. The other match on Saturday is Leipzig against Freiburg, fourth against fifth. Both the teams have played 24 matches, brought 40 points. Leipzig are ahead just due to goal difference. So again, a closely contested affair. But again, you have to give the nod to Leipzig here, playing at home, displaying the kind of form that they have shown, under the new coach. So yeah, a narrow 2-1 win for Leipzig. Rahul?
Yeah, I agree. I think Leipzig have been so good under Tedesco since the winter break. Even in midweek, I think they played some team from the lower divisions in TFE Pokal that they managed to win 4-0. And again, someone like Christopher Nkunku just cannot stop scoring. He's actually got more goal involvements already this season than Mbappe or Domenico Berardi, I think. So yeah, he is in red hot form at the moment. Uh, by a Leipzig victory, yeah.
Yeah, and on Sunday we have Mainz against Dortmund. Now, Dortmund have been like the most difficult team to predict this season, and just going by the fact that they drew last time around, and given their trend, I think they will win this. That is my only logic. 2-0 win for Dortmund.
Yeah, Dortmund won the reverse fixture 3-1. Uh, I mean, it's just the kind of fixture that you would expect Dortmund to drop points. Uh, let's predict, because the thing is that Dortmund are just not consistent. Either they'll score 5 or 6 goals, or it'll be a draw and they'll lose. But they you don't usually see a lot of narrow matches involving Dortmund, which is the reason why I don't really see them winning a 2-1 or a 1-0. So I'm gonna go with the draw, man. I'm gonna go with the draw. Yeah.
Okay, off to France now. We have first against third, PSG against Nice. I think the less said, the better. There's a gap of 18 points between both the teams. PSG start as favorites. 3-1 win for them. Rahul?
Okay. I actually feel like it could be a draw. Uh, Nice are playing at home. Nice manager, I forgot his name. Just give me who's the guy who won the league last season with Lille. Uh, he's actually got a pretty good record against PSG and in France in general. So Christopher Galtier, yeah, Christopher Galtier. Again, I kind of feel like for Nice even to get a point will be such a great thing, but for PSG to drop any points wouldn't really make much of a difference. I think it could be a draw, but yeah, in the long term, won't really matter.
Yeah, in France, I don't think long term matters at all. Okay, so we move on to Serie A now. We have Inter against Salernitana tonight rather, and now again with the kind of competition that Serie A is seeing at the top, and Inter playing first with Milan and Napoli facing against each other. I think this is a wonderful chance for Inter to kind of pile on the pressure on the chasing pack. They are facing the bottom side in the championship, so at home I think Inter should have enough to win this one. 2-0 win for them. Rahul?
Yeah, they won the reverse fixture 5-0. So yeah, now that they're playing it home, at the same time, I think the fact that their strikers are struggling to score goals, this is just the perfect game, for them to find the scoring boots again. And like you said, I think the timing also plays a crucial part here. The fact that they're playing before Milan and Napoli game, so all the pressure will be on uh, Milan and Napoli, because if they win this game, they will be on top. Um, and yeah, they would hope for a draw, I guess, in that match. So yeah, I also like, again, it's like if they don't win this match, then not really sure what to say. Yeah.
On Saturday we have Udinese against Sampdoria. Your views here, Rahul?
Uh, I think obviously, like, both the teams, they have new managers and they have had a mini revival, a mini resurgence. I think Udinese got a draw against Milan, and then even Sampdoria under Marco Giampaolo. I think they lost the last game, but other than that, I think they've been having this again a resurgence. A perfect game for a draw, I think.
Then we have Roma against Atalanta. Now both the teams have their own targets that they must have set, and right now they're a little away off those targets. So this match becomes crucial. If Roma can nick this one, again they still have a chance to. They'll actually be on level points with Atlanta. With Atlanta having played a game less, so maybe a couple of results going their way, they can sneak into the top four fight. But as far as predictions are concerned, I think Atlanta will win this. I think they'll win this 2-1. Rahul?
Yeah, I think even the last match, Roma needed what, a 99th minute goal uh, against, not sure who they played, Spezia, yeah, to find a goal playing against 10 men. I think Mourinho will still not be on the touchline in this match. I think this will be the second of his 2-match ban, if I'm not wrong. But Roma beat Atlanta away. Uh, but having said that, I think Atlanta do have a pretty good home record. But then both the teams are a little hit and miss this season, especially Atlanta. Roma have been like this at least from the beginning under Mourinho, because simply they're just not that good. Uh, for whatever reason, you can probably say that they don't really have the personnel or the players at this point in time. Uh, Roma are the slight favorites playing at home, but I could be a draw, man. I think it could be a draw. Yeah.
Okay, the next match is Cagliari against Lazio. I'll just keep it short and simple. I think Lazio should win this. If they're unable to do this as well, then I really don't know where do they go from here. Cagliari are, I think, 17th in the table. They are having their own set of troubles. And Lazio should win this 2-0. Rahul?
I think Cagliari have actually improved a lot. They've actually again had a mini resurgence uh, since January. The management actually, or uh, the owners at Cagliari, they actually backed their manager Walter Mazzari, even sold someone like an old player who's like Diego Godin. So yeah, I think they're finally reaping the benefits. They've even had a draw against Napoli at home, so they're doing all they can to get out of the relegation zone. I think I I predict an upset here. I think Cagliari 1, Lazio 0.
Okay, okay. On Sunday, we have Genoa against Empoli. Genoa to win this one, I think. Oh no, I think this will be a draw, man. I think this will be a draw. 1-1.
Yeah, Empoli have been struggling since their fine form in the first half of the season. But then again, even Genoa are, even under the new manager, they have been getting some points, but most of them have been draws. They're still struggling to win a match. I think a draw is a fair result. Yeah.
Yeah, then we have Fiorentina against Hellas Verona. Now, these teams are, I guess, yeah, 8th and 9th in the league with a couple of points between them. But I think these two are high-flying teams. They believe in trying to attack as much as possible. So this can be high-scoring affair. And let's hope for our benefit it is. I think Fiorentina wins this. Let's go for something crazy. 4-3. Rahul?
Yeah, even I have a feeling that it could be a high scoring match. I think even someone like for Hellas Verona, I think Diego Simeone and Giovanni Simeone, he just cannot stop scoring. And I think Fiorentina would also like to put behind the 1-0 loss at home against Juventus behind them. A 3-2 victory for Fiorentina.
Okay, then we have Juventus against Spezia. Come on, Juventus has to win this 3-0 at home. Rahul?
Yeah, 2-0. 2-0.
And finally, we have Napoli against AC Milan. I have no idea where this is going to take us. Again, I have made no bones about the fact that my preferred team in Serie A is Milan. So again, this is more of a hope than objective. Let me try it. Okay, my head says this will be a draw. My heart wants Milan to win this one. But it will be an uphill task, to put it very mildly. Rahul?
Yeah, I think Napoli do have had the better of Milan. I think even the corresponding fixture at the San Siro actually ended in a 1-0 victory for Napoli. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. I think just a game, for neutrals and for people who would like to see what Serie A is all about. Again, I think it also depends on the result between Salernitana and Inter. Again, such a difficult game to predict. I think a 3-2 victory for Napoli. I don't want to sit on the fence. Yeah, a victory for Napoli.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we move on to La Liga now. We have Alaves against Sevilla tonight. Alaves are languishing 19th in the table. So, and again, given the current form, the needs and desires of both the teams, not to miss the resources and talent as well. So, Sevilla should win this. They should win it comfortably. 2-0. Rahul.
Yep, agreed. I expect Sevilla to win this match. Yeah, nothing more to be said.
Okay, tomorrow we have Osasuna against Villarreal. Now, Villarreal won big the last match, 5-1, I guess. So, again, form team against Osasuna, who are 11th in the table. So, again, Villarreal just need to keep this run going and, hope for one of the teams ahead of them to falter. So, I think they'll win this one to 3-1 away. Rahul?
So the corresponding fixture at the El Madrigal actually ended in 2-1 victory for Osasuna. But yes, I think maybe that was a different Villarreal side. This is a different team. I think now it's not a good time to play Villarreal. So even I predict that a victory for Villarreal, a 2-1 or a 3-1 victory for Villarreal. Yeah.
Okay, and finally we have Real Madrid against Real Sociedad. Now this can be really close because see Madrid just now again Madrid playing after Sevilla's match, so they'll be aware of what they need to do in this match. Playing at home, see the expectation is that they should win against anyone and everyone. But Sociedad is one of the form teams, and again, close 1-0 victory for Real Madrid. The goal will be scored after the 75th minute. Rahul?
Okay. Yeah, even I predict a victory for Real Madrid. I think even the corresponding fixture ended in 2-0 victory for Madrid. Yeah, maybe they'll have an eye on their match in midweek, I think. So I do expect a Real Madrid victory, a 1-0 victory. Yeah.
Yeah, on Sunday we have Elche against Barcelona. No hope for Elche, I think. Even if it is at home, Barcelona should win this one comfortably. 3-1. 3-1 or 2-0? Let's go for 3-1. Rahul?
Yeah, another team that is just flying high right now. I think since the signings that they made in January, yeah, they look so good. They just look so different and so much better and on a different level, to be honest. With almost all their players back from injury as well. Yeah, I think a comfortable victory for Barcelona. I mean, even the last match, I think the 4-0 victory against Athletic Bilbao just came against the run of the play. No one really expected them to win by such a margin. Could be 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah, and the final match we have in La Liga is like one of the most important fixtures, Betis against Madrid. Now, this is direct competition between two teams who are trying to be in the top four of the league. And it is again a golden chance for Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid to state their claim in the top four by, getting points of direct rival. And of course, it will help the other teams also, especially Barcelona and Villarreal. But will they manage to do that away from home? Now, Betis has also not, they're not third in the table by fluke. They have obviously played well. So, as far as the predictions are concerned, I think this is the start of the demise of Betis. They lost their last match against Sevilla. And yeah, I think they lose this one too. Uh, Again, I think this is against all my, except for last week, I have not predicted in favor of Atletico Madrid. So, but okay, looking from the outside, I think something has changed. Something has changed for the positive. So, yeah, I think they'll keep on, the good run going and they'll win this one as well. 1-0 or 2-0. I'm not sure about the score. Rahul?
I think this could be a draw.
Okay. Okay. So with that, let me just quickly check if we have anything on Monday. We have Bilbao against Levante on Monday. But Levante, I think, is the bottom club in the league. So yeah, do you want to venture a guess for a bet for Levante, Rahul?
No, not really. I think again Bilbao will have that loss against Barcelona on their minds. I think yeah, a victory for Bilbao.
Yeah, yeah. I predict the same. So okay, so with that, we come to the end of this podcast, guys. Thank you so much for your time. And we'll be back with the review episode on Sunday, part 1, and then on Monday, the second part. Thank you so much. Take care and have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.
All right, guys.